What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Forza Milan, as always. Unfortunately, there's some technical issues, so the quality today is not going to be as good as it usually is. But we are going to try and follow this deadline day um, as much as we can, even though we're not expecting many operations from AC Milan right now. Uh, I, it'd be very strange to see if Milan does anything, but we're going to just look at what happens. Sempre Milan has a live feed going on, specifically designated for Milan. Of course, we're also going to monitor what's happening in the rest of world football or European football. But as far as AC Milan goes, guys, it doesn't look like there's going to be any big operations coming in soon in this January. The names, a lot of links. I think mostly the work that was done this winter transfer market is mostly, from what I am reading into it, mostly uh, operations that are going to be finalized in the summer. So, for example, the situation with Renato Sanchez, that's probably going to be finalized in the summer. Botman in the summer. Extracting these players from their teams right now is pretty difficult, I would say, especially because those players are playing in the Champions League. So there are definitely difficulties that Milan is going to be facing in their operations. Um, as far as today, what do we have? So the AC Milan's women team has made a signing. AC Milan women have officially announced the signing of midfielder Celeste Buria, who just joined until the end of the season. Despite Sampdoria's attempt to get a loan deal for Samu Castillo over the line on deadline day, the player has rejected the idea of joining the team. So Castillo has decided to stay at Milan, and he will continue to be the third right winger. So our right wing will still be Castillo, the third, and while Salamakers and Messias are going to be jostling for a starting position. Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massari are back at Casa Milan to negotiate Castillo's loan. That did not work out. It looks like Castillo was a big part of the news cycle today, but it looks like that did not work out. Newcastle United launched another big offer for Lille defender Sven Botman, but the player said no to the move because he wants to postpone a decision until the future, knowing that Milan are interested. So Milan definitely has an advantage over the likes of, let's say, a Newcastle. Newcastle, a team that still has a lot of years before it can get to that Champions League, especially in England, where the competition is so tough, where you have so many teams that have the money to become Champions League contenders. So when it comes to Newcastle, it's going to be very difficult for Newcastle to get the players they want. Newcastle right now is not a problem for us. Not right now. By the time Milan is going to become the giant they want to be, I don't think Newcastle will be a problem by then either. But Sven Botman is the player that they have identified to replace, I'm thinking, Romagnoli in the summer. Romagnoli most likely not renewing with the squad. So Sven Botman is a good replacement. A player that they have identified, Dutch international, big, very, very good when it comes to tackling, very good when it comes to use of body, very imposing. A defender that kind of reminds me of Stam a little bit. He kind of reminds me of Stam. So it looks like this is what they're planning. They're planning to have. Kjaer, Tomori, Botman, Kalulu, and maybe another defender, and they're going to send Gambia out on loan. Kalulu has obviously shown that he can play with the big boys, so Kalulu definitely an amazing signing that kind of came out of nowhere. Another great operation from the management, an operation that we can only but praise. 400K for Mr. Kalulu, and Kalulu right now is playing like a player that would cost 20 million. So another incredible operation from this management, identifying youngsters and turning them into champions, future champions. Um, let's keep on going. So we'll get into the Botman thing in a second, but let's keep on looking at these headlines. AC Milan remain interested in Red Bull Salzburg star Brendan Aronson, but face competitions from Leeds United. So a summer transfer battle could be on the cards. So that's another name that has been linked to the squad. Another report has emerged stating that the Rossoneri are already considering options to replace Ibrahimovic in case he does go. The first name on the list is Ibra countryman Alexander Isaac, who plays for Real Sociedad. Alexander Isaac would be like a Vlahovic kind of operation. I don't know the reality of this kind of situation, given the reality that Milan is in right now. I think Isaac is going to be. There's going to be a bidding war for Isaac. I don't see Milan winning any bidding wars with him. I think Milan is not in that position just yet to go into bidding wars. Maybe next season, next summer transfer. I think this summer transfer they are going to go into bidding wars, but for mid-tier level value players such as Sanchez, such as Botman, such as maybe a Berardi or something like that. But Isaac is a player that, let's say, if a team wants, they can go up to 60 million, 70 million, what's his name? Vlahovic turned out to be 70 million. AC Milan, Kessie in demand. AC Milan midfielder Frank Kessie is an alternative for Real Madrid if they do not manage to get Tchouaméni from Monaco. A report claims. Tchouaméni, we saw the other day, Tchouaméni, Monaco is asking 80 million to 100 million for Ariane Tchouaméni. That's a really good player, actually. We saw some highlights of him the other day, and he looks fantastic. So it is going to be quite interesting to see what happens with Frank Kessie, what team he'll end up with. But him being linked to Real Madrid is pretty good. Good for him. I wonder if these are true. Milan are planning for the summer transfer window, and they know that a new striker will most likely be needed. However, it depends on several different factors, including making the top four and a potential double signing from Lille. A lot of articles today, a lot of articles that we can look at. And in the meantime, let's see what's also happening with European football. I'm going to have another read. So Luca is most likely going to Sassuolo, but he is going to be going in the summer. It looks like Scamacca is going to be replaced by Luca. Udinese, the goalkeeper Gasperini. All right, so Milan has an official signing. The Irish Cathal Heffernan, 16-year-old defender from Cork City, already in the youth national team. So basically, we sold Kerkez, but we did bring in another youth player. And this is something that we did talk about the other day. If there's any departments that Milan really needs to work on, is that youth department in the Primavera, which even though they have been doing better, they got this new player, Italian-Nigerian player, that is actually really good. I saw his highlights, a really talented player, and he already had an impact with the Primavera. It looks like Milan also wants to get Berti for the Primavera. The Primavera needs to show what their worth is, and it definitely is a department that obviously does not make the headlines. Obviously, no surface fan is going to care about what the Primavera does, but the Primavera could be the key to the future. So strengthening the Primavera is definitely a priority. They were supposed to get the Venezuelan player Cuenca. He was supposed to come this transfer, but because of bureaucratic not Chaka Traore. Chaka Traore was another player that came to AC Milan in the summer. I believe it was the summer, the end of the summer. Chaka Traore came, but this is another player. I cannot remember his name. I cannot remember his name, guys. But he is a offensive player. Anyway, so the youth system is definitely something Milan needs to work on, because as far as result goes, it has been failing badly. So I definitely see why they have been putting a lot of attention into the youth, and all these youngsters that they are getting um, are going to become they are the future of AC Milan. Hopefully, if they do things correctly. So these are exciting prospects. Berami, the Swiss player, is going to go to Brescia. That's official. Juventus going crazy this winter transfer market. I don't blame them, seeing their results. Vlahovic and Zakaria, they did vote. They did get rid of is a harsh word, but they did sell or offload Bentancur and Kulusevski. Kulusevski, an operation that completely failed for Juventus, an operation that did not bring absolutely any fruits. 44 million kind of thrown into the wind. And the same people that bought Kulusevski for Juve are buying Kulusevski again at Tottenham, at Paratici, and so. Bentancur, a player that is very young, and he unfortunately does not fit the bill anymore, and he now has also moved from Juventus. Juve scamming Spurs. That's funny. We need a Deli striker and a right wing plus a playmaker. Um, uh, but it's okay. All right, let's see what else is going on in the world of European football. Tottenham, gets Parma. Pandev, the Macedonian striker moves to Parma from Genoa. So Goran Pandev now is a Parma player. Dembele tried to move, but PSG and Chelsea. PSG tried to get Dembele. That did not happen, but it looks like he might be going to Chelsea. It looks like Chelsea is doing a push for Dembele. So we might be seeing Dembele with Chelsea. Roma also going with the youngsters. Roma just got a 16-year-old called Ivkovic. So very strengthening their youth department also. Lampard, the new coach of Everton in the EPL. Bentancur, also Tottenham. Tottenham officialized both. Radanovic goes to Salernitana, and Atalanta get another player, Valentin Mihalia from Parma. Let's see who he will be. Aubameyang, Barcelona was trying to get Aubameyang, but that failed. It looks like Aubameyang is not going to be going to Barcelona. That would have been quite crazy. And we spoke about Aubameyang not too long ago. Aubameyang has a crazy wages, 350K a week. 350K a week. Imagine paying 350K a week for a player that does not score goals for you. Wow. Everton. So another player that was linked with AC Milan. Another player that was linked with AC Milan, Dele Alli, seems to have found an agreement with Everton right now. So it looks like Dele Alli will be going to Everton. Favre, another player that was linked to AC Milan, Favre is officially a player of Lyon. No, sorry. Yes, Olympics Lyon. So another player that was linked to a player that you could argue a little bit controversial the way he was talking about how he was already an AC Milan player. He was very convinced to come to AC Milan, but it looks like he will be moving to Lyon. Aubameyang was living in Spain. What the hell happened? Even though I'm not happy with the Mercato, I think our squad is good enough for our objective. As long as you have no injuries, that to me is our biggest issue. I think so too, to be honest with you. I agree with that. Secondo quanto, Ramsey, guys, official. Ramsey goes to Rangers, Glasgow Rangers. So Ramsey moves back to the British Isles, to the British peninsula. No, it's not a peninsula, the British island, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. The United Kingdom, and he goes to Scotland, and he will play. He will be playing for Glasgow Rangers. Bogdan Diawara stays with Roma. Roma was trying to offload Diawara. It looks like he stays with Roma. Another player that Juventus was interested is this Italian defender called Gatti, but he's going to stay. And they did officialize this new defender, Gatti. He will be at Frosinone until the end of the season. So Juventus bought 3 players for their first team. 2 players coming in right now, and one player is going to stay with Frosinone. Bayern is looking to renew Lewandowski. So it looks like Lewandowski is going to stay another year at Bayern. So does this mean that Haaland is not going to Bayern? And exactly, this is what the article even says. If Bayern is looking to renew Lewandowski, that probably means that there's no intention of getting Haaland, and Haaland is on the move, obviously. Luis Rojas goes to Bologna, so Bologna strengthening their team with a Chilean player, Benvenuto Luis. Let's see, Ribéry stays at Salerno. He's going to stay at Salernitana. Alvarez, guys, another player that was linked with AC Milan, a player that I thought would have been exceptional for AC Milan based on his ability to play in a 4-2-3-1, all 4 positions in that offensive line, whether it's the left, the center, the right, or the top. Alvarez, unfortunately, a player that we were battling with against Man City. He has officially signed for Man City. This player could arguably be the next Aguero, the next Dybala, who knows. But it looks like Man City won that battle. Resolution, okay. Dombele, guys, another player that was linked to AC Milan, especially with the whole Kessie tandem. Dombele goes on loan at Lyon. So Lyon strengthened their team pretty nicely. They have Favre and they got Lyon. Not bad for them. Sek goes to Torino. Demba Sek from Spal goes to Torino. Miranchuk, a player that was in the books for Lazio. Lazio wanted to get Miranchuk, but Miranchuk stays at Atalanta. Pulgar, guys, Fiorentina's Pulgar, the player with all those tattoos on his neck, is moving to Galatasaray. So Eric Pulgar is moving to Galatasaray. Caio Jorge, guys. Caio Jorge, another player Milan was linked with, which Juventus won that battle during the summer. Caio Jorge, a player that didn't see any minutes on a Juventus pitch, now seems to be sent out. Granada was interested in the player, but it looks like they are going to go for another player. So it looks like he's either going to go to Cagliari or he's going to stay at Juventus. So let's see what happens there. Dragusin, Radu Dragosin from Sampdoria goes to Salernitana. Salernitana quite busy this winter transfer market. Okay, let's see if there's anything new with the Milan, any new Milan updates. Milan have. Oh yeah, I read that. Nothing new with AC Milan in these last minutes. Let's see if something is going to happen with Milan in these last minutes. Okay, let's look at this. The exit of jump. Let's read this one here. Well, a lot of articles to read, guys. We have a lot of articles today, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Watch Renato Sanchez go to Arsenal. Yeah, that would suck. Forza Milan, Samson Sky. Wanna going to continue with the live. Wanna going to continue. What? What do you mean there, King? King DL? What do you mean? Renato and Bobman will go to Milan in the summer. I'm confident. I have lots of hope for the summer. Seems like the manager will put a great amount of effort during the summer. I think so. I think this winter transfer market was mostly based on preparing everything for the summer. Kind of like Mike Magnan, guys. Remember that Mike Magnan, there were links to Mike Magnan way before he actually came to AC Milan, and then they kind of died out. Then all of a sudden, Mike Magnan was an AC Milan player. So, yes, and also, guys, unfortunately, we have to contend with the reality that Milan are not qualifying for the next round of the Champions League and not even being in Europa League makes it very difficult for Milan to attract these players that are already competing in the Champions League right now. If I was a professional football player right now and I'm in a team competing for the Champions League, I would probably stay in that team. I wouldn't go to a team that is not competing in the Champions League. This is why being in that Champions League is so important. This is why it's so important, and hopefully AC Milan is going to keep on this route, finishing in the top four, fighting for the Scudetto. And every year you finish in that top four, you strengthen your team with players that want to play the Champions League, and this is how you grow. So year one of Champions League went how it went. So now we have a team that is more than good enough to push Inter till the end, more than good enough to even win the Scudetto if things go our way. So let's see what article. Let's go to some of these articles. Let's look at some of these articles. Matteo Gabbia will be announced in the coming days as the 22-year-old. He's 22. I swear, all the people that were talking crap about him were telling me he was 23, 24. The math didn't add up because he was under 21. When everybody was telling me he was the age of Tomori, I knew they were lying. When I invite people here on the live, they need to come. I'm going to fact check them all the time. Because people that are talking crap about Gabbia were telling me that he was the same age of Tomori, and he's not. There you go. People making up shit to create narratives. Milan have an eye on who could be their center forward for the future. Okay, this is the Isaac player. Double signing lined up. Milan tried to set up 2 negotiations with Lille in the January window and did not get them over the line. But a report claims that RossonARI will pick up the phone again in the summer. So this is the youngster that Milan bought to replace Kerkez, I guess. Also a defender. I don't know if he's a central defender or a fullback. Probably both. Who knows? Last attempt ditch fails. Milan. The reports were saying that Milan tried to get Renato Sanchez Renato Sanchez in the last moments of the transfer market. Some people are saying this was fake news. Some people are saying that this wasn't even real. So I wonder if it is. I wonder why people thought it wasn't real. It looks like Sanchez was saying that he wanted they could not agree personal terms. It looks like that Milan and Lille were able to agree on the deal. So Milan was ready to splash the cash. Uh, no, 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 Paul. No, Paul. I know who. I'm not going to say names. So please don't say no one said he was 23, 24, because I know exactly the conversations I had with people on this live telling me that he was the same age as Tomori. So don't even try and defend uh fucking people that come here and use bullshit to push their narratives. You need to fact check shit up. My G, not every agenda. I'm sorry, Paul, but you're 100% wrong. Please refrain from uh, from continuing with this wherever you want to go with that. Uh, okay. All right. Let's see if there's any new from Ireland to Italy. Okay, let's see. After a lot of back and forth and some nervous moments, Hefner has finally sealed a dream move to AC Milan. Okay, let's see. Let's get into some of these articles. And let's see. Yes, I mean, maybe Renato wanted to finish the season in Lille. I think that could be possible. Um, I hope that he is not too demanding in his personal agreements in the summer either, because we might not get him. If he's like, "Yo, I want all of this money," it could turn ugly. So let's hope that the summer thing does happen and it happens nicely. All right, guys, let's get into some of these articles. Let's see what's going on. Let's see anything to speculate about. In the meantime, I'll always keep a look on the Gazzetta dello Sport live feed regarding the transfer market. We still have about an hour to go till the end of the transfer market. Um, but I think all the fireworks have already been pulled. Sad January transfer window already gets me worried about the rest of the season, starting with the derby. I have a very good feeling about the derby. Actually, I have a very good feeling about the derby, and I feel like the players are pumped. I feel like the players are ready to get into this derby and play like warriors. I'm kind of feeling like the cycle. You know, when Milan gets in these cycles where they're just unbeatable, I feel like I feel like Milan is there. I feel like Milan is there. I think like Milan is going to really. I honestly feel like Milan is going to win this derby, and I feel like Milan is going to have a really good second half of the season. And I am not worried at all about Juventus going to Vlahovic. Vlahovic going to Juve. All these things that the fans have been panicking about, and all these fears. I assure you guys, none of the players that are training at Milanello right now are pissing in their pants and are shaking their knees. None of these players are scared of the competition ahead. Only you guys are scared. Only you guys are scared. But none of these guys are scared. None of them are scared. They can't wait to fucking play the next game. They can't wait to compete. Said all the players said that they want to play to win the Scudetto. And you guys, like I'm Lord Krunic, you have no balls. You're a scaredy cat. You're a scaredy cat, and you said, "Oh my God, we didn't buy Vlahovic. Now we're gonna lose." But I am assuring you that none of the fucking players at Milanello right now are pissing in their pants and shaking and panicking like most of AC Milan fans. All the people at Milan right now, they're fucking pumped. They want to win. They're going to play to win. None of them are fucking pissing in their pants, panicking, and they're scared of Inter, scared of Napoli, scared of Bologna, scared of Spezia, whatever. Fuck. None of them are fucking scared. They're going to go in this second half of the season, and they're going to kick ass. They're going to kick ass. If Kessie ends up staying, Sanchez will regret not coming right away. Maybe. Trust the process, I agree. Vavlovic salary plus agent fee is about 30 million gross per year. Damn. You better fucking score at least 30 goals a year for that kind of money. At least 30 goals a year. I hope so too. Roy, if we don't get top four, which I hope we do, Vijay Mercato will be a reason. You know that, right? Well, listen, Paul, I have seen Milan many January Mercato spend a lot of money and we didn't get the top four. So, what do you say to that? When you look in the past years when we spent all this money on players in the top four, uh, what happened? What do you say to that? The one time where we got, we spoke about this already. The one time in these last 8 or 7 years that we made the Champions League is the time when we got Mandzukic, which was a failure, Mate, which was okay, and Tomori, the defender, which was great, and we made the Champions League. Unfortunately, I think either Inter or PSG. Guys, I repeat to all of you, nobody at Milanello is shaking in their boots. Nobody at Milanello is shaking in their boots. Nobody at Milanello is scared of the competition ahead. These guys are warriors. They're confident in themselves. AC Milan is a great club. AC Milan they're not afraid of anything, guys. Fear is for the weak. Fear is for the weak. If you're afraid, that means you're weak. Plain and simple. All right, let's move on to, let's see if there are any other articles here. Do we need reinforcements? Well, now, let's look at this logically. Do we need reinforcements? Yes or no? Uh, would reinforcements be good? Would be better? Yes, of course. But it's not as simple as you put it. I mean, I would rather not spend a shitload of money for a player that is not going to bring anything. If the club feels, if the club feels that these players are good enough to take the team to the end, I believe in them. And also, guys, these players are good enough to even win the Scudetto. That is a fact. That is a fact. Now, of course, guys, if Milan get a striker, if Milan get an attacking midfielder, right, I'm not going to be here saying they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. But if they chose not to do something, I trust that they chose not to do it because it wasn't in the best interest of the club based on where the club needs to be. Period. Okay? Now, if Milan was like a few years ago, always there battling between 6th, 7th, and 8th place, it'd be a completely different story. I'd be complaining here like you guys because I was during that period. I was always saying shit. No, they're doing this wrong. Obviously, they're doing that. Obviously, they're doing shit wrong. Right now, we are second. We're going to push Inter till the end. We're going to make the Champions League. Our second Champions League in a row is going to be the determining factor in us strengthening the squad even more. We're going to go for the Scudetto next season. And then next season, with that Scudetto winning, with that Scudetto team that we're going to have next season, we're going to do much better in the Champions League. And then the season after that, we're going to probably even win the fucking Champions League. No one can take away Simon from Milan. He's rejected Sampdoria again. I'm sure we'll make top four. Hey, Jim, just talking about what I think. No need for any butt hurtness. Scudetto not so. Roy glass half full. Almost feels like I'm a sermon with a motivational speech. We need reinforcements, but our squad right now is good enough to secure top four easily. In reality, we need a cam and right wing. I'm waiting on like the stream, guys. Yes, guys, please like the stream. I noticed that the little experiment I did yesterday worked. All right, okay, all right. Let's see, guys. We are Nothing new. Nothing new here. Not seeing any new. Nothing. No breaking news. We are 3 years in the rebuild process. We have great building blocks. Summer market 22 will be critical for missing pieces. I agree. Christian Elian, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Now, guys, if we get someone in the last days, if we get someone in the last moments of the Mercato, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating. Send Roy to the Milan now to fire out the guys. Just make sure Ibra's not there. If not, he'll kick his ass. If we sign someone here in the last one or two, last hour, great. It means it was the right thing to do. It means it was the right thing to do, and we will welcome it in open arms. Douglas Costa goes to Galaxy, guys. Douglas Costa, the player that played in the Serie A, he was also linked. He was also linked. The Mercato is closed. Is the Mercato closed? I don't think so. Summer signings for you, Roy. I already said it, guys. I think it is possible. I think Milan could get 4 players: Bowman, Sanchez, Belotti, and Berardi. I'm not seeing any reports saying that the winter transfer is closed. Is it closed? Is it closed? Is it closed? No, it's not closed. It's not closed. It is not closed. Not closed. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Oh, the Mercato is not closed, Florian. It's not closed. It closes in literally 1 hour from now. The Mercato will close, or actually, will close. It closes at 8:30 in Italy. 8:30 in Italy. 8:30 in Italy is what? Is 11:30 here. So the Mercato closes in 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Florence coming in with the fake news. Plot twist: signed a player for the junior team. All right, let's look at some of these articles. Let's get into it. I've been saying this for a while, but I'm getting distracted here. Okay, Di Marzio, guys. Di Marzio, let's see what he says regarding a quiet January and the reason big summer spending is expected. All right. Gianluca Di Marzio has made the bold claim that AC Milan are set for a busy, important summer transfer window after a quiet January mercato. Let's see what Di Marzio says. Speaking on Sky, the journalist revealed his belief that the club's owners, Elliott Management, have never created problems for the management due to budget reasons. Let me read that again. The journalist revealed his belief that the club's owners, Elliott Management, have never created problems for the management due to budget reasons, especially if the players that Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massaro have chosen are young and quality players. He adds that there's no limit to the amount that Elliott are willing to spend, but Milan's decision not to sign anyone other than Marco Lazetic in this January market is linked to the fact that the summer market will be very important. Will be very important to all these people that are so scared that Milan is not going to spend a penny this summer. Obviously, they're going to spend this summer. Obviously. There will be the loss of Frank Kessie to deal with, as he will not renew his contract unless something sensational happens. Guys, we're going in the second half of the season with Kessie, Tonali, Benasser. Nobody has that trio in Italy. We have Kalulu, Romagnoli, Tomori, Teo Hernandez, Benasser, Calabria, fucking, what's his name? Florenzi, Mike Magnan. We have the Def, Bakayoko. We have Krunic, Salamakers, Messias, Rebic, Leao, Diaz, Giroud, Maldini. We have the players, guys. I think we'll bring 3, 4 new players that are highly rated. Yes, exactly. No, I don't think we're going to spend 150 million. I don't think we can do 150 million. I mean, 150 million is probably going to be including the wages, AJ, but not for players. Not for players. I think it's going to be less than 150 million. I think the transfer budget is going to be somewhere around there, 150 million, but that number there is kind of deceiving because a big portion of that is going to go to wages. Wages. Always consider wages. Wages is also part of that. Yeah, okay. There will be the loss of Frank Kessie to deal with, as he will not renew his contract unless something sensational happens. So a strong midfielder like Renato Sanchez could arrive, while Alessandro Magnoli's future must be resolved. Di Marzio states that Milan absolutely need to sign one, if not two, strong central defenders, and that one will surely be Botman. On Bremer, there'll be competition from Inter and Bayern. Bayern have also put themselves in the race for Bretman. In midfield, they tried to catch Renato Sanchez, but there was not enough time. 40 million striker rejects Dortmund for Italy stay. Milan and Inter interested. All right, so there you go. Di Marzio, a guy that everybody says they believe. He's the guru. He is the most reliable journalist. He is saying right now that what logic literally says that they're preparing everything for the summer. AC, wait for the summer, Milan. Honestly, our attack are a bit thin. You could say our attack are a bit thin, maybe. We'll see, guys. I believe Milan don't need any signs in January as long as we stay healthy. I definitely agree with that. And I mean, I'm not more so. I guess it's just me. I'm not. I just don't feel like it's necessary to panic over this transfer window. I'm just not seeing the necessity to panic over this transfer window. And if people think that it's shit, it's shit. Whatever. You think it's shit, think it's shit. And if we make fifth, it was a big failure. But I don't think we're going to make fifth. I don't see us making fifth. I see us pushing Inter to the end. Milan open last minute talks with Spurs over loan signing of unwanted duo. Let's see if there are any new updates regarding the Mercato. No updates. Just finalizing some things. Carnevali. No updates just yet. Let's see if we're going to have a last minute operation style a la Condor, like Galliani used to do back in the day. Let's see any interesting stuff here. We have. I'm tired of hearing summer. We have top four. We have no. Without top four, we have no. We're going to get top four, guys. Don't worry about top four. Instead of thinking about spending the summer, let's focus on making top four first. As without it, we not. Yeah. We're going to make top four. We're going to make top four. We're going to make top four. Kessie should play start. Okay, so Kessie should play from the beginning against Inter. Milan have mostly relied on Sunderland already Krunic from the AFCONs, but for the derby, Stefano Pioli will have many options. Tonali is certainly in the starting 11, but it remains to be seen whether it's going to be Benacer or Kessie or all three. There's also this idea that Kessie could play as the attacking midfielder. As per the newspaper, the RossonARI are expecting to have Kessie fully ready for the game against Inter. If that's the case, then a starting spot seems very likely for the Ivorian, who is a key player for the team. 25 years old. So he got a knock on his ribs. That was his injury. The following test revealed no broken ribs, but only a trauma. According to Tuttosport, he should thus be back for the derby. So his issue was no, because he is in Italy. He's already been training. How's Tomori doing? Let's check. Let's check. How is Tomori doing? There was an article right there regarding Tomori. Let's see what they say. Tomori's obsession is to be back for the derby against Inter, latest in his recovery. La Gazzetta dello Sport writes that Tomori will do everything to play a part in the game against the Nerazzurri, which will be difficult but not impossible. The Englishman sees derby as a sort of obsession, and he has made it his target to be there, or at least to try to do it. Amid physiotherapy, specific exercise, and gym work, Tomori will try in every way to be available for Saturday's game at San Siro. But it is also obvious that neither Milan nor the player want to take risks, because re-aggravating the problem is not an option. If a knee responds positively in the next few days, the RossonARI medical staff will evaluate whether to intensify the work and strengthen it, and then it will become more clear whether or not Stefano Pioli will be able to call upon him. Bomb agents said they will see where Milan would end up at the end of the season, then only he'll decide if he will join Milan next season. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. It's a fair assessment. Let's look into this. I'm not a big fan of Scamacca, but speedy recovery, but no rush. The teams are getting injured on and on. The medical team are doing nothing. Talking of all these injuries makes me feel that we need an updated Milan lab. I agree with that. Now, that's something that we can discuss and we can criticize together, because I definitely agree with that. I don't. Where I disagree with the Milan fans is all this panic and all this fear and all this. The Milan players are not scared. They're not scared. Will Kessie play for Milan or Inter in the derby this week? Oh, I just read that. I think yes, he will. AC Milan are hanging in the race to sign Gianluca Scamacca as they look for the center forward of the future to take the baton from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. With Juventus effectively excluding themselves from the race by sealing the signing of Dusan Vlahovic, Scamacca's possible destinations in the summer appear to now be narrowed down quite a bit, especially given that Sassuolo are expecting to demand a big sum for the latest jewel. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, the striker has rejected the offer of Borussia Dortmund. Thank God he did that. Good choice to stay in Italy. Inter are the team most serious about landing the 23-year-old, and they're ready to offer him a salary of 2.5 net per season to convince him, which is something that we could do. 2.5 is definitely within our scope. However, Milan, although potentially discouraged by the 40 million asking price that the Nerazzurri have set, should yet not be excluded from the race and could accelerate at any moment. Paolo Maldini and Enrique Massara know that a young striker will be needed in the summer, so they're evaluating all the different options. And Scamacca, who has 9 league goals this season, that's really good. 9 league goals, that's pretty good. Could very well be the one they go for. I don't know about Scamacca. I still have to be convinced of this player. If they think that he is the right guy, then he's the right guy. I don't see him come to Milan. I don't see Milan spending 40 million on Scamacca. I think Milan can spend 40 million and get a player that is 5 times better than Scamacca, but we'll see. I don't trust Kessie for the derby because Inter is the next destination in the summer. Oh, I see. I see where you're getting with that, Isborn. Are there any other strikers that are good with lower value? Well, Belotti is free. Belotti is free. If you want to get a good striker, you have to spend at least 30 to 40 million. But Scamacca ain't that guy. I mean, I don't think he is. Maybe he is, and then he joins Milan and he's a beast, and then I'll say, okay, I was wrong. But I don't feel Scamacca is that guy. I mean, I think everybody in Italy, when they see that price tag on Scamacca, they're like rolling their nose. What? 40 million for Scamacca? Yeah. Maybe in the Narnia, I'll spend 40 million for Scamacca. But anyway, I don't know, guys. We'll see whether or not Scamacca is going to be the player that they choose. We shall see. I also do believe that in Milan right now, the way things are going, you can put anybody in there, and they're going to do well. Belotti has barely played this season. I think he's literally barely played. Belotti is ready to move. Belotti is obviously done with Torino. Um, I don't know if we're going to get Belotti, but he's one of the easiest targets to get. He's one of the easiest targets to get. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Let's see if there are any updates regarding the deadline. Fuck, I agree with Roy for once. Scamacca and all that. I'm definitely not for 40 million. No, yeah. Maybe 20 million, 15. Anything new? Anything new, guys? Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new here, nothing new there. Okay, let's see what happened with Castillo, guys. Let's see what happened with Castillo. Marotta will deliver a farewell deal for Inter, unfortunately. Daniele Longo reported that Inter has blocked the Scamacca deal for next season. Looks like he'll be joining them. I think so. I think he's an Interista also. So that helps. I think that's what I read. Despite Sampdoria's attempt to get a loan deal for Samu Castillo over the line on deadline day, the player has rejected the idea of a loan move. According to Di Marzio, Sampdoria have been trying to close a winter transfer window with the signing from the attacking department. And their failure to find an agreement with Sassuolo for deferral convinced the Sampdoria management to try and land Castillo. The negotiation with Milan seemed to be successful, with RossonARI accepting of the idea of loaning the Spaniard out, but the player's will was decisive in the end, as Castillo said no to Sampdoria. Despite Sam's attempt to convince Castillo over the phone, the player is determined not to accept the loan and to remain at Milan until the end of the season, given he would have linked up with ex-Milan boss Giampaolo, and is not part of the club's plan. It is a surprise of sorts. Marotta will... Oh, yeah, read that. What about Alexander Isak? Let's read into this Alexander Isak thing. There was an article about it, so let's get into it. He had a pretty nasty injury not too long ago. Alexander Arnold, Isak. He is considered a superstar, a future superstar, already a striker for Sweden. I don't know if that says much. Because Kulusevski is also a starter for Sweden. But he could be a highly rated player. I mean, 40. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to be more than 40 million. But let's see. Milan make 40 million rated Sweden international the number one target to replace Ibrahimovic. Wow. Okay. Bold claim. AC Milan must soon resolve the situation surrounding the future of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and they have an eye on his compatriot as a potential replacement, a report claims. As reported today by La Gazzetta dello Sport, Ibrahimovic is at a crossroads. By the way, guys, we did get some news regarding Ibrahimovic and what his deal is. Ibrahimovic, so far the messaging is he wants to do one more year. So now I think this is going to be a test for the club. Now the club is going to be actually tested with something here. If Ibra stays for one more year, is he going to be the main guy, or is he going to be the guy coming from the bench? That is something that I think Milan must consider, because at 41, You want to next year. You want to win the Scudetto. You want to go far. You want to go deep in the Champions League. We saw how important it is to qualify for that Champions League round when the transfer window comes in January, right? Because right now, I assure you guys that if we did qualify for Champions League, right now we would have more money. We had more money won, and it will be easier to get players. So next year, it is going to be absolutely essential, not only to fight for the Scudetto, but to qualify for the next round of the Champions League in order to have a better winter transfer market. So this summer is going to be key. AC summertime in Milan is going to be key. Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara cannot stand by and watch, waiting for his decision. So the RossonARI are already considering options to replace Ibra in case he does go. The first name in the list is Ibra's countryman Alexander Isak, who plays for Real Sociedad and has already shown a lot of promise. He scored 17 goals in 34 appearances, which is really good. That's a average of 0.5. Which is why his asking price said to be around 40 million. So I don't believe it's 40 million. I think it's more. I think it's more. I think it's going to be more. I think we're going to get in a bidding war for him, and his price is going to go up. The 22-year-old is tall but has a lot of pace and good technique. He's okay technically. I've seen this player. Technically, is not anything amazing, but he definitely has character, personality. And I mean, Inzaghi wasn't great technically, but you know what I mean, which makes him the number one target. Okay, let's go to the comment section. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Christian Pazmino in the house. He likes Inter. Yes, you're right. Yeah, we did read that. He's an Interista at heart. Should keep an eye on Lorenzo Luca development, who's moving to Sassuolo. That could be the next big Italian striker. Now, Luca was definitely a player that Milan was interested in, but we do have Colombo already, which seems to be Luca's greatest competition for that in the future in the national team as things stand right now. But it looks like Milan has already made their move when it comes to the young striker, and it is Lazetic, which we will see. We will see what Lazetic is all about. We will see. Hopefully, we don't renew with Zlatan next season, at least not for 7.5 million per year. That's how you can get our top players who can actually play all season. And that is another good point you bring, Alan. His wages need to be fixed for sure. We're going to see. We're going to see. Now, the thing is that right now, people think that Zlatan is done, is finished, but we still have 4 months to go. We still have 4 months to go. And in these 4 months, if Zlatan plays really well and scores goals and does all that, then the media messaging around the whole Zlatan thing will change. But at 41, that's the limit. He's a striker. I think Lard said it best the other day. You need a striker that runs 10, 11 kilometers per game. Zlatan runs about 7. But he talks with the ball on his feet. The ball does the talking for him. But we do need a work rate machine up there for sure. Real Sociedad wanted 90 million for his release clause. They're not willing to sell him. Honestly, we might need the Samu on the right wing. After all, it is possible. Samu has been doing well when he's coming in. We need to spend big in the summer. I agree. The article says that he has 40 million, but I seriously doubt that. I've read articles that Arsenal signed him for 75 million. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think 40 million is cheap. I think 40 million is not correct. Only Haaland can replace Ibra. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the reality of the matter, who wrote that? Prometheus. The reality of the matter is this, that the only player that can replace a player like Ibra is a top player. Okay, so Isaac is not going to replace Ibra. Belotti is not going to replace Ibra. None of these players are going to replace Ibra. The only players that can replace Ibra are established top strikers. He's overpriced his release clause. Isaac Price is, yeah, I read that. Shit, I'm behind. Let's catch up. Zlatan is someone who causes the opponent defense to take note of him, leaving other players a lot of field to play with. True. Samo Screamer against Inter coming. Yes, sir. Should lower Zlatan's wages even if he performs until Somerville. In my opinion, Zlatan will continue playing next season only if Sweden qualifies for a World Cup this December. Yeah, that's a good assessment. Okay, let's move on. We had this talk here about Lo Celso. We saw this happening the other day, but nothing that didn't come to fruition. Dombele has moved to Lyon. Okay, let's go to this one here. All right, let's see. Let's look at the details of this. 25 million. So AC Milan right now was willing to spend 25 million in the market. Okay, not bad. Plus bonuses, so probably around 30. Milan right now was willing to spend around 30 something million. And it looks like they were going to do it. They were going to pull the trigger on that. And it looks like they did have a deal that was ready to be struck. So they did agree on the deal. Milan was about to splash 30 million plus in cash right now. But the negotiations got stuck because of the very high demands of the player regarding salary. So that is something that we need to be worried about. That is something that we need to be worried about in the summer when this comes back. Now, here they say there was not enough time to negotiate and get the entire package agreed. But even though the operation was unsuccessful and there doesn't seem to be much of a chance of it happening tomorrow either, Sanchez is still a very welcome profile that could be pursued again in the summer. Now, you could speculate that the reason why he is asking a big salary is because you're extracting him out of the Champions League. That could be part of it. But next season, Renato Sanchez is not going to be in the Champions League, while Milan probably is. So next season, Milan is going to have a little bit more of leverage when it comes to negotiation. Right now, Milan not being in that Champions League has lost a few cards, has lost a few weapons when it comes to negotiating players. I mean, look at fucking Vlahovic went to freaking a team that is performing in the Champions League. For me, the perfect replacement would be Jonathan David or Broja next season. As a striker, Broja, I saw Broja is very good. Jonathan David, I don't know him very much, but I've seen many people talk well about him. We really need a top-class midfielder if Kessie leaves. Hopefully it's going to be Sanchez. Let's see. All right, let's see if there are any updates regarding the Mercato, guys. We have 40 minutes left till the end of the Mercato. 40 minutes left. We have exactly 44 minutes left till the end of the Mercato. And then we can finally stop talking about the winter transfer market. Okay, let's see. Anything new? Anything new? Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. What about Gazzetta? Anything new on the Gazzetta? Lazio. Okay, we have two new things just came out. Lazio is trying to go for Cabral, a striker from Sporting Lisbona. Let's see if Lazio might get Cabral. Let's see. And then, it's official that Castillo is not going. There's more chances of Sanchez going to Wolves than Milan because of the Portuguese connections in the club and Mendes being part of the club. I don't know about that, Eastbourne. I don't know about that. I mean, I see what you're saying, and there's a chance. I mean, it's not a bad thought. It's a good supposition to make, but you would at least imagine, right? you would imagine that the player wants to play Champions League football and wants to win trophies. And I don't think he's going to be winning any trophies anytime soon if he commits to Wolves. Roy, any thoughts on Primavera investments done there for the future? Saw we signed an Irish defender today. Yeah, I spoke about this earlier. The Primavera has been doing pretty poorly. So I definitely understand all the investments that they've been making. It makes sense. They got the Irish player. We did sell Kerkez. So Kerkez being a prospect, Hungarian player that was a big prospect. He looked good when he played with the first team. But so we sold him to a Dutch team, and it looks like he's going there. We got this Irish kid. We got a Nigerian Italian kid also that is very good. We got Shaka Traore from Parma, which is very good. And we have Roback in there. We have Nasty, who seems to be coming out. So we have a few players in the Primavera with potential. We also have this Venezuelan player that was supposed to come in January, but because of bureaucratic matters, he did not make it. So the Primavera right now is in shambles. It's in shambles because up until a few weeks ago, we were fighting for relegation. We're fighting to not be relegated. But now it seems like AC Milan Primavera had 4 games in a row, positive results, and we're back in the race of finishing in a good spot, in a playoff spot. And it looks like this new guys. Forgive me if I can't remember his name. Let me just find his name. It looks like the new player that came in got a good assist. All right. So what is his name? All right. Let's see. Where is it? This kid here. So this player here, I checked his highlights. Very talented kid. 100K. Bobby Murphy Omoregbe. Very good player, and he already has an impact on the Primavera right now, the reports are saying. And so this was an investment right now. Then we got the Irish kid. We have Lazetic that maybe even can help the Primavera, who knows. This was a player that they wanted to get that already from the summer. This player here. Cuenca. According to the latest, the RossonARI hope to register the teenager in January, but for bureaucratic reasons, the operation will not take place, and they'll try and do it in the summer. The Primavera is something that we got to work on because we're getting beat by smaller teams. Let's see. Okay, right here. Let's talk about this one here. AC Milan pleased with development of Primavera forward. With the signing of Marco Lazetic, AC Milan now have an attacking department stacked with young talent, and the mission is to reward a Primavera star with a new deal. Reports how Lorenzo Colombo is doing well on loan on Spal, and Lazetic has arrived to bolster the talent pool. But Marco Nasti, who has an awesome last name, I can see the memes in the future are going to be fun, is also showing that he deserves to be a big part of the plans moving forward. So possibly another really good operation that they did here. Nasti has been through almost the entire youth process from under the age of 15. So kind of like Calabria, kind of like Maldini. And he feels very attached to the club, as seen by his decision to move close to Vismara, the home of the club's youth team. Nasti signed his first professional contract, which is expiring in 2023, and the feeling is that there's a lot of room of growth. But his return of 8 goals and 2 assists in 11 matches, those are great numbers. 8 goals and 2 assists in 11 matches, that means that your goal contribution is almost 100%. It's almost 100%. It's literally 99%. His freaking goal contribution in 11 matches is 99%. Across all competitions for Federico Giunti's team shows he's already very much competitive. He was recently promoted to the first team during the recent attacking emergency, and he thanked everyone for the opportunity, stating, "Training with players like Ibra, Leao, Tomori is a great pride. They help you technically and physically and give you so much morale." Milan know they have a talent on their hands, and that is why the renewal of his contract has already been targeted. Very good, very good, very good. Management in upcoming minds is going to buy air. We still have to do a lot of work on the Primavera. Yep. We only signed one player for our first team, only one. He's gonna be nasty. They're coming already. Roy, do you have any info on how Colombo's doing? How many goals he scored? In Lord Lazatic, we trust. Actually, that is a good thing to check. Let's see what's going on with Colombo's numbers so far. So let's go to transfermarket.com. Transfer markets. Let's look at Colombo's profile, and let's see what his stats are. Okay, Lorenzo Colombo. Let's look at what his stats look like. Lorenzo Colombo, market value 4 million, age 19, 19 years old, still a teenager. Market value 4 million. Let's look. Do we have any stats here? Let's see if we get any stats. Is anybody even updating his stats? Who the hell is getting paid to update the stats of these players? I mean, it must be so much damn work. As a matter of fact, it looks like it kind of looks like Wikipedia. You have to do it yourself. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think I got something here. I think I got something here. Let's see, let's see. Okay, right now, his stats of the season so far, he has played 1,500 minutes, 1 assist, 6 goals, so 7 goal contribution in 19 games. It's okay. It's not bad. That is less than 50%. That is 4%. That's 0.4 more or less, 0.3, 0.4. But he did start off great, and we'll see how he does. Let's see how he finishes the season. He's going to come back to Milan. We're going to assess him again, but he's only 19. He's only 19. So I wonder if he's going to come in and he's going to be the youngster next season, and then Lazatic goes out on loan. All to be seen. All to be seen. But so far, 6 goals and 1 assist. He hasn't scored in a while. He hasn't scored in a while. Colombo and Luca both aren't scoring as much now, correct. All right, guys, we have literally 30 minutes to go till the end of the transfer market. 30 minutes to go till the end of the transfer market. Maldini should have gone to Spa, man. I think so too, to be honest with you. I think so too. Forza Mina, I'll wait summer window, yeah. Colombo over Lazatic. To be seen, to be seen. Okay, so we were talking about the Primavera and the impact of the Primavera so far. So it looks like that this player was being followed by Roma and Atalanta. Atalanta, who has one of the best youth systems in the world, actually. If they're going for this player, you can imagine that that he's good. Let's see. I haven't read anything about him, so let's just do it. Let's just do a deep dive into this player and let's see what this is all about. AC Milan, which this is basically they already have. It's already officialized. They have signed Cathal Hefferman from Cork City. According to the Sun in Ireland, the Irish 17-year-old captain is on his way to Milan and is in fact, okay, we know that. The 17-year-old made his League of Ireland debut against Galway United. Okay, so he's already playing professional football with the seniors in Ireland and is highly rated by the club. But he seems set to follow the path that other Irish teenagers have been taking recently, which is going to clubs around Europe. If he were to complete the move to Milan, he will become the third in the past 6 months to make the move to Italy after his Irish U17 teammate Kevin Zeffi joined Inter from Shamrock Rovers, while his friend 18-year-old Abanqua moved from St. Patrick's to Udinese. Hey, Irish players moving to Italy. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see him during the summer. We're going to see him probably during the summer. But number 6, so he's a center back. He's a center back. He's not a fullback. He's a center back. Let's see what he's all about, guys. The future looks bright. The future always looks bright. Okay, what else do we got? What else do we got? What else do we have? What is this? Luan Capani, who joined AC Milan on a free transfer back in 2019, expected to cut his loan spell in Serie C short to join another club. This has been reported by various outlets. Not very familiar with this player. He left for the Spanish side Racing Santander, who play in the third tier on loan in January of last year, but he ended up back at Milan in the summer. He then packed his bags and joined Serie C side what? That's not how you spell it. Mamma mia, guys. That's not how you spell it. Vieterbese. But now that loan will be cut short. Nico Schira stating that Capani is about to sign for another Serie C side, Grosseto. That's a nice city. That's a nice city. It makes sense since the striker has scored just 3 goals despite 22 appearances. Not good. Not good. Not all of them will make the cut. Not all of them will make the cut. All right, let's see if there's any new official stuff coming up on Gazzetta dello Sport. Anything new? Nothing much from Spain, yeah? Nothing much from Spain. Oh, there you go. Lazio agrees to deal with Cabral. It looks like Lazio is going to be getting a player, Cabral, from Sporting Lisbon. Diego Perotti can go to Salernitana. Okay, so that's the latest semi-official piece of news. Lazio is about to get a striker. Cabral, 1 million, 1 million for the loan and 8 to buy him. Interesting. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's see what this is all about. Ex-Primavera coach praises Milan for excellent job handling young players and tips duo for big impact. Former AC Milan youth coach Alessandro Lupi has spoken very highly of 2 recent academy graduates I've worked with, stressing the importance of young players moving forward. Lupi is now the coach of the Monza under-16 squad, and he spoke exclusively to Milan News about some of the players that he coached who are now making a name for themselves in Serie A. One of them is Tommaso Pobega, who is on loan at Torino and is excelling again after spending time at Spezia last season, with speculation rife that he could return and finally be included in Milan. Okay, these are his quotes. Let's see what he says. Pobega has always been, ever since I got him early, a very stubborn guy. He has great understanding skills. He has always had this desire to always win in any situation. Okay, guys? So this is what he's saying about Pobega. A great learner ability thanks to which he has grown from year to year. I'm very happy what I had thought about him is turning out, and I'm pleased. He is proven to be able to play on important stages. Among his pupils is also Matteo Gabbia, who has been thrust into the limelight due to a recent defensive crisis. Gabbia is a very professional guy. He's very serious and has always had the desire and attitude to work. They criticized him a lot, but he also played excellent matches. I'm convinced that he too will make a great contribution to the club. Lupi has also stressed how important it is for professional clubs to work with their young players and bring them through in the best possible conditions to succeed. Working with young players is essential for a club. There are always young players, but also the quality that, however, you need to know how to work. So you need to know how to develop it. Milan are doing an excellent job in this sector. Bringing young players forward is undoubtedly the future of every club to have a positive balance too. The growth of the boys passes through experience, which can be acquired directly through working with the first team or indirectly with loans. Head coach Stefano Pioli continues to put emphasis on giving the right Primavera players a chance too, having handed debuts to Maldini, Colombo, Giacomo Olser, Luca Stanga, Marco Brescianini, and most recently, Emil Roback. Very interesting article. Very interesting article. No, transfer window ends in 27 minutes, guys. 27 minutes. Transfer window ends in 27 minutes. In 27 minutes. Pandev official goes to Parma. I see us switch into a 4-3-3 at some point. It is possible. It is very possible. A 4-2-3-1 is not that far off from a 4-3-3, so it's very possible. Let's see. Anything official, guys? Anything official? Nope. Nothing official. Nothing official just yet. We have 26 minutes to go. 26 minutes to go. Sampdoria sports director to Sky. Samu Castillo did not want to join us, maybe because it was the deadline of the transfer market. Everything was there, even with the agent. He wants to be with his buddies Diaz and what's the other guy's name? Teo Hernandez. All right, guys, we have 25 minutes to go to the end of the market. I think once the market ends, we're going to do a recap of all the teams and we're going to vote all the teams. Brescianini leaving Monza. Brescianini did not get any time at Monza. So Monza being a team, I think Lariat had a good opinion on that. Monza is a team that is competing to go to the next stages. So, they have a team that could even potentially be competing in Serie A in the top bottom 6 spots, right? They have that kind of team. And they have those kind of resources with Berlusconi and Galliani. Two people that we're very familiar with. So Brescianini struggling to have an impact in a team like that. He needs to kind of be redimensioned into a team where he can get more playing time, and that would be a better way for him to develop. Milan, do something, damn it. We have 24 minutes left, guys. 24 minutes left to the end of the transfer market. 24 minutes left. I'm not seeing any moves right now. Let's see if there's anything in the Milan sphere as far as official moves. Let's see. Any sort of news? Nothing, guys. The last thing we have is the signing of the young Irish player. January transfer window is closed. There's still 24 minutes, guys. It's not closed in Italy. There's still 24 minutes to go. All right. I mean, you want me to prove it? I can prove it. There's still 24 minutes to go. 23 minutes to go. 23 minutes to go. What is going to happen in these last 23 minutes? We are going to see. Where are you getting that? Mr. Eastbourne? Where are you getting that, guys? It's still going on Gazzetta. Gazzetta dello Sport says it closes in 23 minutes. So maybe Gazzetta dello Sport got it wrong. Did Gazzetta dello Sport get it wrong? I don't think so. This is what they do for a living. So I don't think they got it wrong. Maybe it's closed in other places, but in Italy, it looks like it's still open. If you guys, I can show you if you guys want to see. Copy, boom, 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 bam, 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 bam. Right here. Ultimo giorno di mercati, tutti gli affari in diretta fino alle 20:30 until 8:30. 8:30. So in 22 minutes, it is closed, as you can see right there. Until 8:30, and this is the live feed, and it has not said that it is closed unless it says it closed. No, there's still about 20 minutes to go now. No updates, guys. So look, it almost looks like that this is the way things are going to be, unless something happens the very last minute. The very last minute. We can wait till the very last minute here, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Nothing here. Let's go back. Let's go back to Sempre Milan. As you see there, guys, 2030. I'm assuming these guys probably know, correct? I'm not seeing anywhere here that says the transfer market is closed. I'm not seeing it anywhere. It's closed. Guys, it's not fucking closed. Fuck. Don't piss me off. Stop saying it's closed. It's not closed. We have 20 minutes to go. It's not officially closed. God damn it. Jesus. Lord have mercy. It's not closed. Maybe it's closed for Milan, but it's not closed. I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood. All right. Let's go back to Sampdoria. Sempre Milan. Let's see what's going on. It's done. Lazetic and Theo is like a new signing. Theo is a great signing. Theo is a great signing. Theo is a super signing. Super duper signing, guys. Super duper signing. Stop the count, Roy. Cassini is such a clown. Why is he still here? He's got a nice contract. That's why. He's got a Fassone Mirabelli nice contract. He has no plans to go anywhere. It's definitely closed for Milan. Now, that's more like it. Yeah, probably. AC Milan summer transfer window. AC Milan summer transfer window. Okay. Let's see. We do have a new report here. Interesting report. We need to sign a few refs. I do agree with that. Let's go back to Gazzetta dello Sport. Any new updates? Any new updates? Let's see. No new updates so far. 15 minutes go. Yeah, who said that, Eastbourne, though? Where did you get that from? Guys, I'm not going to consider this closed until Gazzetta dello Sport tells me it's closed. When Gazzetta dello Sport tells me it's closed, it's closed. Up until then, I'm not going to consider it closed. It is definitely the end of it. There's definitely nothing else coming up forward. All right, now it is officially closed. Gazzetta dello Sport now says that it is closed. Si è chiuso alle 20 mercato questa dell'ultima giornata. All right, guys, now it is officially closed. In total, do you remember Maldini had transfer versus good transfer? It's like 50-50 or mainly good? No. Maldini only had good transfers. What was one bad transfer Maldini has done? What? Tell me, Zen. Tell me one bad transfer Maldini has done. I can't think of one. I honestly can't think of one bad transfer Maldini has done. Pellegrini. That's one. Pellegrini. Okay. Mandzukic, two. Mandzukic and Pellegrini, I agree. Two transfers that didn't work out. I don't agree with Bakayoko. Bakayoko is a good transfer. Yeah, whatever. I can't even remember his name. His bad transfer were in the winter. Remember last winter, striker and CDM. Mete worked out. He did what he had to do, so it wasn't a bad. I don't consider that a bad transfer. Mandzukic was injury prone. So was Pellegrini. I mean, both Mandzukic and Pellegrini were injury prone. Those were the problems. But and also Castillo was during the Leonardo era, so I do not consider him. What about Gasperini? Gasperini is a great coach. Kerkez was bad. We never used him. Kerkez was impatient. He was impatient. Daniel Maldini not sending him on loan. You can argue that. All right, guys. So let's look at what's the. Let's read this article right here, and then let's look at all the teams. Roy, my audio. What's wrong with my audio? Guys, unfortunately, I don't have my system with me today. And unfortunately, I don't have my system with me today. So that's why I almost did not do the live today. Was Piontek Maldini? I don't think Piontek was Maldini. Giampaolo was a pretty bad mistake. I definitely agree with that. So we have three bad ones that we are looking at. Giampaolo, Mandzukic, and what was his name? Pellegrini. Paquetá, I don't consider him a part of Maldini's era. That's Leonardo. I consider more that. I mean, Maldini was the apprentice. Leonardo was making all the decisions. So I consider that more Leonardo than Maldini. Balotelli, I don't know yet. So far, Balotelli is a player that the problem with the left back at AC Milan, if you're going to be a left back at AC Milan, you know already that spot has been claimed, has been locked up. There's a chain on that fucking left back position. And you know that if you're going to AC Milan today as a left back, you're most likely almost never going to be playing. So Balotelli maybe is not so much of a bad player. We'll see. I'm not sure about that one yet. I'm not sure about whether or not Balotelli is going to be a bad signing. I don't know if we could have gotten any better, maybe because Theo is just irreplaceable. I do think we can do better, though, than Balotelli. But Balotelli has done what he had to do, and let's see until the end of the season, because he's still going to play. We're still going to see more of Balotelli up until the end of the season, and we're going to need him. So I'm not yet ready to decide whether or not it was a bad signing. Ballo sadly doesn't have game time. He seems timid rather than bad at playing. He does have a little bit of a timid feel about him. All right, guys, let's read this article. AC Milan's January transfer window has ended up being quite a quiet one, with just one signing to look back on. Milan News recalls that Marco Lazetic arrived in Pietro Pellegrini's place as the only real move in the squad. Though Andrea Conti did leave for Sampdoria. Okay, so Andrea Conti left, so we forgot about that one. That's a pretty good thing. So we have some money there for wages. He was not part of, meaning it was the quietest January of the last 4 years. So the quietest January in the last 4 years. Paolo Maldini and Enrique Massara reached out to Sven Botman agent shortly after Simon Kjaer's season ending injury, trying to understand if it would be possible to sign him in January. So Botman did not work. We know about that until the summer. Milan tried for weeks. Both they have, in all likelihood, set the stage for the summer. Okay. Profiles Abdo Diallo, Pioli's second in order of preference, and Eric Bailey. This Bailey thing cannot be true. The Bailey thing cannot be real. Because Milan, I believe right now, Milan has extinguished all their, what is it? The extracomunitari, that's the foreign players, the non-EU players. Milan has extinguished their non-EU players limit. So only players with European passports now can come to Milan. So the Eric Bailey thing doesn't make any sense. But for different reasons, never of them materialized. There was and I remember, guys, remember this, that when Bailey came, the news about Bailey came out, the next few days, Maldini was in an interview saying that when he was asked about players that were joining Milan, it was during that period right there. It was that period right there that Maldini was saying that they're just making stuff up in the news. I think Bailey is the one they're making stuff up with, because Bailey does not have a European passport, and AC Milan right now has extinguished all its non-EU spots. One thing about Maldini, he has been spot on with picking defenders, yeah, and also I would argue Ibrahimovic was a great operation. Ibrahimovic was a super operation. Leao was an amazing operation. Diaz, I still think, is going to be a great operation. Messias was pretty good. I think Salamakers was really good. Giroud, okay. Let's see. He has to definitely show us what he's going to do after Ibra. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's, guys, let's do this now. Let's see if we can find. All right, guys, let's do this. How do you rate Milan's winter transfer market? 1 out of 10. I would rate it. I think I'm going to rate it a 5, just for now. I want to see what Marco Lazetic is all about. The thing about Marco Lazetic is we don't know. If Marco Lazetic, this is what I'm going to say. As far as direct impact, I'm going to say 5. Now, if in the summer they were able to get all these deals ready for the summer, it's going to be a 10. It's going to be a 10. If in the summer, all the deals that they're going to get in the summer were because of the operations they did now, then it's going to be a 10. But as far as the players that came in today, I'm going to give it a 5, because I don't know who Lazetic is. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to bring anything to the squad. I don't know. And also because we don't know what's happening about in the offices, we can only speculate. I don't know if for sure they set themselves up for the summer. I'm sure that that's what they're doing, but I don't know how well they have done that. Only the summer will tell us. So if in the summer we're going to get these players that we were linked to in the transfer window, then this transfer window becomes a 10. But as of now, it's a 5. Juventus gets a big 8-9, gets a 9. They got rid of 2 players that weren't bringing much to the team, and they brought in this Zakaria guy. I don't know how good. I mean, he's a defensive midfielder, so the quality. Bentancur has more quality than Zakaria. Bentancur probably has more quality. So Juventus is not going to play any different with Vlahovic. They're not going to play any different. Okay, almost nothing is going to change with Vlahovic. They still have Morata there. I'm almost I'm almost willing to bet that Morata is going to still beat Vlahovic when it comes in training, and Morata is still going to be the player that Allegri is going to choose more. Of course, in the beginning, you're going to see more Vlahovic, but Juventus. The problem with Juventus is not the players. The problem Juventus doesn't need to do anything in the transfer market. Juventus didn't need to get Vlahovic. Juventus didn't need to get Zakaria. Juventus has a team. They should be winning the Scudetto. Juventus, with the team they have, with 300 million in wages, when we only spend 150, they should be up there already in the first spot. So the Juventus issue is not a factor player. Maybe these players are going to bring them some energy or whatever, but Juventus's problem is that the way they play football is not good enough. So I don't think that Vlahovic is going to have an immediate impact. Sure, he might score a few goals here, and then the fans are going to think that Vlahovic is this and that. But at the end of the day, the real problem with Juve is the coach. It is the coach. The coach. I can have Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, Salah all in one squad, but if I decide to play defensive every game, the impact of my offensive players becomes obsolete. Inter, Gosens, good signing. I want to say Caicedo, good signing to replace Correa there. And Gosens, good signings for them. But these are signings that are really going to be only good for them if they go to the next round of the Champions League. Because I don't think that Gosens will be ready by the time they play against Liverpool. I'm not sure about that. Roma had a pretty decent transfer market. They got a few players to add depth to Mourinho's squad. Lazio just got a guy here in the end. Fiorentina, probably the team that had the best transfer market, selling their player for 70 million. A player that is not worth 70 million, so they got a lot of money for a player that is for Vlahovic. They got Icone, they got Piontek, and they got Cabral. So Fiorentina wins the transfer market season. The transfer market. Juventus comes second. Inter comes third. Roma fourth. Atalanta getting Boga is pretty good. Maybe the fourth spot is between Atalanta and Roma. Sassuolo didn't do much. I don't think Sassuolo did much. Milan got this youngster. Let's see what this youngster is all about. All right. So basically, as it stands, we have already won 23 Yeah, probably. The way Juve is going about transfer almost feels like they're laundering money by overpaying for everything. Interesting. Maybe they are. Zakaria is a beast. Okay. I don't know him. I trust you, Eastbourne. Has anyone noticed that Leao has been hanging out with Juve players? Who was he hanging out with? I don't think you will be good now, either, because it will take time for Vlahovic and Zakaria to adapt. No creativity, and no guys. Last thing Juve need is a defensive midfielder. Like, I mean, it's all fucking defensive midfielders. They need someone to play football. I just hope Juventus are strengthening their team ready next season for the new coach if they plan to sack Allegri. All right, guys. Listen, I think we're done for today. Oh. What a fucking crazy stream. Lord have mercy. What a crazy stream. I stand on my ground. I am convinced 100% that nobody in Milanello, nobody, even the fucking guy that opens the gate for the players when they come in, is panicking. Nobody is panicking. Everybody is extremely confident in themselves. Everyone is extremely pumped up to play against Inter, to beat Inter, and push Inter till the end, get that second spot or first or top four, whatever it is, and then fucking going for the kill. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Please like the page or whatever. Thanks, Roy. Never Live Tonight. I don't know. I'm definitely not doing it. Maybe Lariat is. But Petro Madrid, he'll be earning 40 million net. Holy shit. Man, that's a lot of money. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate you. Appreciate what you do, Roy. Thanks, boss. Appreciate you, my man. Zen Duplo. Can't wait for football to come back. Saturday, guys. Saturday, I'm not doing the live watch along, but someone else is doing the live watch along. Someone else is doing the live watch along. And I'm pretty sure you already know who. Someone else. Someone else's. Guys, go to my Instagram page and like my latest post of me ripping it on the guitar. Ripping it on the guitar. Thank you, Zen. Thank you, and thank you, Isborn. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ari. Maybe someone is doing the watch along against Inter. What happened to my? It's still there. The sponsors are still there. Manscaped. Manscaped, guys. You want to groom your face, your body? Manscaped, 20% off. 20% off. Oh my God. Whew. Carletto Ancelotti, the number one. Carlo, number one. Roy, give us a live show one day. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do it. All right, guys. Having said that, everybody, thank you for joining me. If I insulted you, if I was aggressive with you, I apologize. In this stream, I think I got pissed off with someone. I feel bad about it. I want to apologize to him. Who was it? Raul? I think I got pissed off with Raul. Raul, if you're still here, sorry for that. Join us live next time, and you can shout at me. Unfortunately, Milan fans are also broke, just like the club. Everybody's broke. Everybody's broke. Well, guys, I think that's it. I don't see anything else here. Let me just do one last check. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Well, actually, Roma also got this Portuguese player that is very good and is helping them. So Roma did pretty well. All right, guys, that's it for today. You know what? Because this Milan Daily has been quite successful, we're going to just keep on doing it forever, every single day. So Milan Daily is going to be continuing. I only wanted to do it in the month of January, but because we have good interactions and the numbers have been they're growing. So I'm going to continue doing Milan Daily. Tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to go back to the normal format today we had some technical issues. Lariat might be joining us tomorrow as well. If we do have a live later on, please join us for that. And join us for all our open live discussions. Always a lot of fun. Guys, thank you, everybody, very much. Forza Milan, let's go get these fuckers, guys. Let's go win. Let's win. Champs, guys. Champions. Blood of warriors. Forza Milan, hoping Milan will be red and black this week. Yes, sir, he's born. Yes, sir. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow for another edition of Daily Milan. To everybody, thank you. Ciao. Forza Milan.